Visit us at Eduvo. Thank you for calling Eduvo.
This video, I'll learn you how to set up the environment that we are going to use along the way. First of all, I want you to download the code editor, alright? So you're going to type brackets on the Google search engine, and you go to the first one, which is brackets.io, and you're going to click on download brackets, alright? And you're going to install it. And I want to also to download Google Chrome, alright? So if I just go over there, it will take you to this page, and you go for personal computers. Okay, basically this is the page that you are going to navigate, and I want you to click on download and install it normally. So these are the two things that you will need, alright? Other than this, I want you to make a new folder and call it my website. Alright, so this is the folder we are going to use. If you go to inside, and we are going to make an image folder. This image folder is what we are going to use later, alright? And you're going to see why I made it later, alright? And this is the place that we are going to use on the next sections, and don't you worry, everything will be easy, alright? So everything here will be what you are going to code and what you are going to work with. So now I want you to go to the next section, because it will be awesome section to start this course. What is HTML? HTML meaning is Hypertext Markup Language. So it's not a programming language, it's a markup language. And it adds content to the web page. This is the use of HTML, is adding content to the web page, like headings, forms, titles, tables, paragraphs, a lot more, and tables also, and search engines. This is what it does, alright? And you're going to find these things on the late sections. See you in the next lecture. Before working with coding and all these things, we have to discuss two important things. They call tags and attributes, and this is what HTML is, alright? We have in HTML things called tags and things called attributes, alright? So this does not what HTML look like, but this is an example that will let you understand how it works, alright? So if you go to tags, this is how tags look like. We have a starting tag, this thing called starting tag, and we have a closing tag or ending tag, whatever you want to call it. And between these things, we have our content or element, whatever you want to call it. And let me give an example that will clear everything for you. So in HTML, we have a p tag. This stands for paragraph, alright? And this is a starting tag, and this is a closing tag. And between these, our content. So this is the paragraph of our content, and everything what inside this paragraph is our content, alright? And let me go to attributes. In attributes, we have a tag. It's the same as this, but the different we have info about the tag, alright? So this is an example. We have a paragraph tag, the same as this, but the different we have more information in the first tag called nice color. This is not HTML, but this is to learn you how it works. This means that this paragraph tag will have a nice color. This paragraph will have a nice color, alright? You don't have to, imitate or something. You are going to understand these things on lectures, by the lectures and practicing. It will be so easy for you to understand, alright? So go to the next lecture. This video, we will talk about Webpage Structure. For now, let's open up our brackets software, the one we downloaded before. So now, this would not look the way it looks now. You will have some, text and a lot of things. What I want you to do is basically click on something called open folder, and I want you to open this one, alright? So let me just be more clear and do it for you. Just delete everything, and yes. So this is how it look like. This is how it would look like, alright? And I want you to do a folder called my website. You don't have to do it, but for now let me do it for you. And we made our image folder called images, and alright, so this is how it would look like, alright? And I want you to click on getting started and click open folder. Go to your desktop and you will find my website folder, and select it, right? And now this how it should look like, right? So this is our folders. So this is the image folder that we have an folder, alright? So this is it, alright? And now I want to add a document so we can code our HTML. How we do that is basically by clicking right click and new file and call it wherever you want. I will call it HTML code.html. You have to add .html so the browser knows that this is an HTML file, alright? If you didn't do that, everything will be messed up and you will not do anything with the code, right? So now let me just click enter, alright? And now if you go to your website folder, you will notice something new. You have a document, a Google Chrome document, or you will find it here, Chrome HTML document. So this is what our code will show up in, alright? So if I open up that, our code will show here, and our things will show up over here, alright? So if I coded something over here, it will show the result over here. Did you get the point? For now, let's make our HTML structure. Alright, so let me just pull this down and make it over here, and this as well. Let me pull it down. Alright, now if I typed anything here and I saved it and I refresh on this place, it will show up over here, right? Now we can do that, but the problem is this is not HTML. This is what we going to learn. We are going to learn HTML, right? So yeah. So how to make an HTML structure? Let me just code it and I will learn you what I did, alright? We'll do a head tag, alright, and we'll do our body tag, alright. And now what I did is basically make starting tag and closing tag. This is an HTML tag, and this is a closing HTML tag, alright. So this wrap the whole content that have our HTML code. So this is basically say what between these tags are HTML code, alright. So we have the most important two things, that the head tag and the body tag, alright. Inside the head tag, nothing will show up over here. So if I just type anything and I save it and I go over here, it would show up, right? But if I just make, for example, a tag, an HTML, for example, title, and I said, for example, how are you, right? And now if I refresh the page, it will not show up because we will not do text as I told you, we will do HTML, right? So you will notice something, that this tag is the title tag. Did you see? It will show up over there. Now if I change it and call it, for example, my name, Frank Jeff, and I refresh over here, as you see, it will show up over here. So this is what title tag does. Every tag has its own function, and the head tag is saying everything inside here will not show up over here. Everything is written over here might show up over here, or other things, it does not show over here. But in the body tag, it's the opposite. Everything is here will show up over here. Did you get the point? So if I type something, it would show up over here. But we will not learn these things in this lecture. All I need you to do is basically, let me just delete the title. All I want you to understand is basically these things that you have to understand and use later if you want to code your HTML website. See you in the next lecture.
Visit us at EduVo. Thank you for calling EduVo.